Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today is day 3 of our 28-day challenge on our Pilates Bar workout. So I do have my Pilates Bar set over to the side. I am sitting on a mat, as this is where we will be for the whole workout today. We are going to be working on core strength as well as spinal mobility and stability. This is going to be a quick and effective workout, and you're going to feel it in all the right places. So have your Pilates bar ready to go, have your mat out, and once you're ready, let's begin this workout. All right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna find ourselves in a 4-point kneel right now. Knees are underneath the hips and arms are underneath the shoulders. We're gonna find our head in its neutral position, gaze is over the tip of the nose. We're gonna begin stretching our spine with a cat-cow. So I want you to take a big deep inhale. I want you to draw those abs in towards your spine. I want you to begin rounding your spine, tucking your tailbone as you draw your gaze towards your navel. Exhale, I want you to lengthen the neck, lengthen the spine, finding that long spine from the crown of your head down to your bottom. Again, inhale, round. Exhale, lengthen. Again, just warming up that spine with some mobility work. Let's go for 2 more. Take an inhale and round. Exhale, draw it out. Last one here. Exhale it out. When you find yourself back into that 4-point stance, I want you to go ahead, send your hips back. Reach those arms long. Again, come back up to that 4-point stance. And now I want you to reach over those wrists, warming up those wrists. Sending yourself back, crouching down. Reaching up and over, coming up over those wrists, getting good flexion of that wrist, and bringing it down. Let's go for 4 more just like this at your pace. Take your time as you warm up those wrists, lean into them. And down. Last 3. For 2. On this last one, when you come into that crouch position or that child's pose, just go ahead and hold it there. You're going to reach those arms long. Try to walk your fingertips away. Send those shoulders down your back. I want you to walk your right hand over to your left, trying to keep those hips. Walk the left, just get big rotation. And then maybe open up your gaze towards the clouds. Rotate it closed, and bring that hand back to center. Take the left hand, walk it over towards the right. Maybe open up that rotation to the clouds. Bring it back down, and walk your hands back to the center. Go ahead, come back up on those toes, and we are going to go ahead, sit on our bottoms. Come with our feet to the top of the mat, and this is where we're going to go ahead and grab the Pilates bar. So go ahead and grab your bar. You're going to put your feet into those loops. Once you have those feet in those loops, we are going to choke up on those straps. So my favorite way to choke up on the straps is to just go ahead, wrap it on top, and then my clamp comes up and over so I don't have to hold it. So I wrap over on top so the clamp comes up and over, And then as I need tension, I can just roll or unroll without having to hold it. So your heels, once you find your tension, and remember, you adjust the tension as you need. Your heels, your feet, your heels are pressing down into that mat. You're gonna have an underhand grip on that bar. You're gonna find yourself sitting in that long spine. So again, remember, find a tension that works for you. You can always adjust it as we move. I want you to bring your arms towards your chest. Your elbows are cinching towards your waistline. Now, we're gonna come into a C-curve. So I want you to drop your chin towards your chest, and I want you to articulate yourself back, tuck your tailbone. Stay here. Again, find yourself, rock yourself forward, find yourself on that long spine. So straight spine, stable spine, tuck and roll, tuck the chin, gaze stays down into a C-curve. Let's go for 3 more here. Keep the gaze, chin tucked, stay in that round spine. Come up to that long spine. This will be your last one here. I want you to tuck, roll into that C-curve. I want you to stay here with that C-curve. Now, keep your gaze looking down towards your legs or over the tip of your nose. You're going to release those arms. They're going to come up to a 90 degrees, stay in that tucked position. We're going to come for a bicep curl. So you're going to curl in towards your forehead, release it out. Keep that C-curve, keep the gaze curled, don't use that long spine. Abs and ribs are connected, staying in that C shape. Not allowing the chest to come forward, you're keeping it rounded. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. When those arms come out, go ahead, draw yourself in, and find yourself with that long spine. Drop those shoulders. All right, coming back into that C-curve. So hands are staying into that underhand grip. We're gonna tuck the chin. We're gonna curl ourselves down. Now I want you to allow yourself to roll yourself down so you have a soft bend in those elbows. C-curve is exaggerated. You're down deeper than before. If you need to bring your knees in closer, by all means do so. Lift the elbows again. You're going to curl up a little bit higher. Stay with your gaze down. Keep that roundness in your spine. Second set here. Hold those abs in. Shoulders are away from the ears. Last 3. For 2. And 1. When the arms come straight, go ahead, draw those abdominals in, round, roll yourself up, and go ahead and stack that spine. Excellent job. We're going to take our hands and we're going to thread them underneath the Pilates bar. So I'm coming with genie hands over the Pilates bar. Now, sitting up nice and tall in this long spine. Again, I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest. I'm going to articulate myself down into that C-curve. Keep that curve. Now we're going to rotate. So I'm going to rotate towards my left. It's about the abdominals here, not the shoulders. So bring it back to the center. I want you to rotate that waistline around the spine, or the spine around the waistline. Bring it back to center. Keep that tuck and that scoop. Alternate from side to side. Next time I come to the left side, if you want a little bit more as you rotate towards the left, you can extend the left leg long, bring it back to center, rotate towards the right, extend the right leg long, bring it back to center. Keep that scoop. Breathe it out. I inhale as I turn, I exhale as I scoop it up. Last 4. For 3. all about that waist. 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Go ahead, take an inhale, and draw yourself on in. Stack that spine and find that tall spine. Great job. Go ahead, extend those legs long. And from here, just unroll your bar just a little bit to release some tension. You can adjust the tension as you need. Coming in with an underhand grip now. Arms are reaching long. You're staying nice and tall. You're gonna drop those shoulders down your back. We're coming in for a straight back bicep curl. So gaze is over the tip of your nose. Hips are stacked over underneath that rib cage. And when you're ready, you're gonna bend and straighten your arms. You're gonna bend and straighten. Yes, sit nice and tall. Stay with that long spine. Reach those arms long. Bend it in. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring those arms down and relax those shoulders. Excellent job. From here, we are going to be bending our knees, scooching our bottom down closer towards our heels, and we are going to lie ourselves down on the mat. Now, to adjust ourselves correctly, we're going to come into some abdominal work here, coming into our 5 ab series. So I want you to bring your knees in towards your chest, and then I want you to unroll the bar just one time and go ahead, genie your arms around that bar and place it towards your chest. Now, you're going to just hold this bar across your chest. Legs are coming into tabletop. We're going to begin with single leg stretch. So I'm going to extend the right leg long. You're going to press into that bar with your elbow to try to keep the wiggle minimized. Pull the leg in, extend the left leg long. Pull it in. Now, if you feel okay here, coming in with this single leg stretch and you want a little bit more ab work, tuck that chin towards your chest, draw those abdominals in, and curl yourself up as you alternate leg from right to left. Stabilizing through that Pilates bar, stabilizing through your core, minimal shift of the hips. Release that tension in the neck, the shoulders, and smile. We have 4 for 3, 2, last 1. Go ahead, bring those knees together, place that head down, and drop those legs for a moment. Drop your knees from side to side. Bringing those knees back up to the center. You can walk them in a little bit closer towards your hips. And this time we're going to bring our left leg to tabletop. Meet it with our right leg, squeezing our legs together. Knees are over the hips. You see maybe the tips of your toes. Legs are parallel to the floor underneath you. You're going to draw those abdominals in, open up those shoulder blades so those collarbones are smiling. Now you're going to drop your right heel towards the mat, lift it up, drop the left heel towards the mat, and lift it. So coming into heel taps, dropping the heel, lifting it up. What I want you to visualize here is that those abs are pulling in towards your navel, in towards your spine. And that foot weighs 50 to 60 pounds as you're resisting the tension of that strap, pulling it up. Hinging from the hips, coming straight down, pulling it up. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those legs together, and you can carefully bring those legs down. Go ahead, drop your knees from side to side. And then we're gonna go ahead. You have the option here for this Pilates bar. We're gonna come into a little bit of bridging with a stable spine. So you can keep this bar rolled up at your hips. Find your bridging position. You can keep it rolled up at your hips. Second option is you can genie the arms just like we had before. Find a tension that works for you, and you're gonna lift your hips here. Option 3 is the option that I like. I like to roll my bar all the way open. And then if you have no shoulder problems, I like to reach the bar over my shoulders, find my straight arms, open those collarbones so they're smiling. My back is down. My legs are connected to the floor. I have a little tension in those straps. And from here, we're gonna take a big, deep inhale to prepare. On that exhale, you're gonna lift those legs, squeeze those glutes at the top, and drop them down. Now you can come all the way down to the mat, or you can come to a little bit of hover over the mat where you slightly graze it and squeeze and lift. So depending where you are today, what you wanna be mindful of is that you're keeping the abs and ribs connected together, opening through those hip flexors as you squeeze those glutes. We're going for 4 more. Use that breath. On this last one, when you come all the way to the top, hold it there, relax the shoulders. We're gonna drop it an inch, lift an inch, drop and lift, lower, lift. Squeeze the glutes, really exaggerate that squeeze of the glutes. Just don't grip them, just squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, hinge yourself all the way down. Carefully bend your arms so the bar comes back over your chest. And you can place that bar onto your hips as we are gonna go ahead, come up to a sitting position and take those loops off of our feet. We're gonna sit. I'm gonna move back on my mat a little bit, and I am now gonna take this bar, and this bar is coming underneath my feet. I'm gonna open up my feet wide, and I am gonna point my feet down towards the floor so that the bar doesn't come up over the arch of my feet. We're gonna find ourselves sitting up nice and tall, and we are gonna choke up onto these tension straps. Again, point the toes so the bar stays down. Now, sitting nice and tall, abs are pulled in, shoulders are back, we have that long spine. Gaze is over the tip of your nose. We're gonna pull this left strap down to the floor as we pull the right arm back and rotate over the waist. Again, release that arm, come back to the center. Now I'm gonna rotate towards you, so I'm gonna take the right strap, pull it towards the floor as I rotate towards you on the right side. Bring it back to center, repeat. Drop the left side as you rotate towards the right. Drop the right side as you rotate towards the left. So this is about the waist moving, not about the shoulders. Gaze is going with the body, getting that rotation of the spine. Elbows come back, glued to your body. We're gonna go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring it back to center. Go ahead and roll those shoulders. All right, we're carefully gonna bend our knees, and that bar is now coming underneath the arch of your foot. You're gonna hold up, you're gonna choke up on those straps, send those shoulders down, find that long spine. We're going to articulate yourself down. Your arms are going to come long. Again, you're going to scoop that spine, send those shoulders down. Exhale, reach it up, sit that spine tall. So we're rolling down this time. And this time we're rolling up, coming up to that straight spine. So let's go for 4 more. Articulate yourself back. Roll yourself back, find that straight arm, find that deep scoop, tuck that chin towards your chest. Roll yourself up, stack that spine up over the hips. Let's go for 2 more. One more here. When you're down in that C-curve, hold it there. We're going to add that rotation. Scoop the abs, send the shoulders down. So I'm pushing my left hand down, rotating towards the right. Bring it back to center, rotate towards the left. Hold that bar as best you can. So twist at the waistline. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center and carefully go ahead and sit yourself up. You can take those straps, just go ahead, open them wide. We're going to take that bar and we are going to lie ourselves down one final time. So I'm going to take that bar and I am placing it underneath my knees. And from here, I'm going to roll myself back and I am placing that bar, bending my knees over that bar. Now my hands, my palms are going to be facing me, legs are squeezing together. I want you to pull on that bar, get a little resistance, push back with your legs. I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest. I want you to slowly curl yourself up and roll yourself back down. Again, tuck the chin towards your chest. Roll yourself up. Look in between those inner thighs and slowly roll yourself down. Let's go for 3 more. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Curl yourself up. If you feel okay here, can you roll that bar up your legs towards your ankles? Pull yourself in closer. Roll that bar down. Bend your knees and come down. Let's go for 2 more. Again, pull that bar towards your chest. Curl yourself up. If you feel okay here, extend the legs. Reach into those lower abs. Slowly roll it down. Bring the legs back to a bend. Last one. Curl yourself up. Pull that bar against you. If reaching your legs is available, reach it up towards your ankles, towards your shins. Slowly roll it down and go ahead, lay yourself down on that mat. You can place your feet. I'm going to bring my bar out over to the side and I'm just going to lay here. I'm going to open my arms out to a T. My knees are going to stay softly bent and I'm going to drop both my knees over towards the left, allowing my right hip to come up. Trying to keep that right shoulder down as best I can. Bringing the legs back up to center. And now I'm going to rotate towards the right. Neck is still looking up at the clouds. Feet back to center. This time I'm dropping my legs towards the left. I'm taking my gaze towards the right, coming into a full spine twist. Stretching that body, stretching those abdominals, stretching that back. Let's bring them back up to center. Drop the legs towards the left, towards the right, sorry. Look towards the left. Come back to center. Find your head in neutral. Reach your hands down by your sides. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Reach your hands behind your thighs and slowly curl yourself on up. stacking your spine nice and tall. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to face you for a second. I'm going to come into a sitting mermaid. My left hand is going to come down on my mat. My right hand is going to come up. And I'm just going to reach up over for a little bit of lateral flexion. I'm going to bend my left arm behind me, getting a little bit deeper into that stretch. Coming back up to center, reaching that arm long. We'll go one more time to this side. Bringing it back up. Let's go ahead, switch the feet. Right arm is coming into the mat, left arm is coming up behind the ear. Besides the ear, you're gonna reach over, bend that right arm to get deeper into that mermaid stretch and that lateral flexion. Bring it back up to center. One more here, reach it up over. Bring it back up to center. Go ahead, roll those shoulders backwards and forwards. And we have completed today's workout. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this workout. And like always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, I'll meet you on the mat. Bye.